Welcome to Investors Playbook, episode 9. I'm
Nine, man.
I'm Cornell Rowan.
I'm Deshaun Edwards, and we have another great topic for you all. Cornell, talk to us, man, about this debt crisis. And I'm not talking about the U.S. debt. I'm talking about consumer debt. What is happening? It's getting out of control. We got to talk about it, man.
So, just like Deshaun said, we're not talking about U.S. debt. This is individual consumer debt. And we actually just broke a record. Not a good record, but we did break one. So, U.S. individuals have actually crossed the $1 trillion threshold of credit card debt, which is crazy. And what makes it so crazy is that the average credit card interest rate is 22.77%.
So 22.77%. And I feel like we'll get into it later, but we're talking about the interest on credit cards, meaning if someone has a balance on their credit card throughout the year, their average is 22% that they're paying on top of the money that they have to pay back. That is insane, bro. Like, I mean, that might be part of the problem, but man, like it. Go ahead, keep going with the facts.
And really, it's more, it equals up to more than that, because the thing is it's compounding. So
Yes,
just like compounding interest would be working for you if you're in the stock market, compounding interest is working against you in credit card debt,
hmm,
because the fees, the principal is increasing, and as that principal increases, guess what, that
right.
percentage increases, because
Yes,
with the larger amount of debt, of course, the percentage is more.
yeah. And you know what? A lot of people end up doing, which, I mean, sometimes it just gets like that when times get hard. They just continue paying the minimum payment. The minimum payment will keep you in this cycle of you paying this much principal and that much interest, right? You're just, and they do that to keep, the credit cards from barking at them. But if you were to look at how long it'll take for you to pay off a credit card, it's basically impossible, because you're talking about paying the minimum payment and never spending or never using the credit card again. It increases the amount of time tremendously if you're continuing to pay the minimum payment, because every month you're going to get hit with an amount that's probably equal to or like right below the minimum payment that you just paid, right? So people pay like 200 plus, and then they get hit with the credit card interest fee of $150, which means you put $50 towards your credit card. And like you were saying, Cornell, this is going to keep compounding. So
Mhm.
I think that that's something else that people just kind of need to be aware of. Paying the minimum payment on a credit card can help, not getting your credit score ding, but it should not be like the main solution, right? It should be, you have to attack these credit cards, right? You got to be a little bit more vicious when it comes to paying down this debt, because paying just the minimum payment is going to keep you in that loop for a bit longer than you actually want to be.
And,
So,
and really, the main solution is to not have credit card debt. I feel like there are other ways. If you need the money, I feel like there are other ways to get this. Even a personal loan would be better, because personal loans are usually like half of the interest rate that a credit card would be.
hmm,
So I don't know if it's the convenience of a credit card to why people go to those first, but I feel like a personal loan is just as easy to get.
yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe people's credit score aren't isn't as good, so they can't get a personal loan. But I feel like if you were to apply for a credit card and get that, you could probably still apply for a personal loan and get that.
Right.
So,
And,
yeah,
and that's my thing. So I don't know if it's the financial literacy part of it. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? Not
yeah,
understanding that you're paying more money with leaving a balance on a credit card than if you were to just get a line of credit or a personal loan
right.
that you could pay back at half the interest.
Yeah. And yeah, maybe that's it. Also, shout out to you, Cornell. You finally got a new phone and your voice ain't skipping. And I'm happy that I just peaked it. I can actually talk while you're talking. It's not if you go back and look at episodes 1 through 8, you're gonna see me on hush, because every time Cornell would speak, I would have to not talk because his iPhone 4 would cut his voice out every time I said a word. So
I,
shout out to Cornell catching up with the rest of us, bro. I'm proud of you, man.
I had to make a little purchase. Heavily invested in Apple. I had to, give back. So, so
Cool. All right. All right. So look, we talked about like the actual numbers, but let's talk about the why, bro. Like why are people in so much debt? What are they spending their money on? Like how did it even get like this, right? How did it get to $1 trillion in credit card debt? What are like I don't know. So that's what do you think?
well, I did a little bit of research, and there's some troubling stats, man. So, like, as far as
Mhm.
like the average new car payment, the average new car payment is $729 a month. Insane,
This is the
insane.
average. This is average. So you mean people are paying probably $1,000 a month
Oh
credit
yeah,
card. I mean, on their car note. The average is $700.
and
That's
and
wild.
right, and for the average used car, it's still $528 a month, which is still a lot.
Right. And then something else that I didn't even think about. What is the average? And this is probably something we could like look up. The average interest rate on a car note. Because
Oh,
when
that's a good
I
question.
got my car, my interest rate was like 1.5, right? It was
Yeah,
not anything out there. So like if the average interest rate on cars is like 6%, 7%,
man.
that
So I just
that
looked
is
it
like
up.
go ahead.
I
How
I
what is it?
just looked it up, man. It's 9%.
Oh my god. Yeah, see, that's crazy, bro.
Not
That's crazy.
9% for a
That's
car
crazy.
loan. That's insane, man. Houses don't even get like that's crazy. I know when I had my car, also mine was 2%. People
Right.
are 9%, and then people aren't just getting cars to get them from A to B. People are trying to flex. They trying to look
Right.
good. You see what I'm saying? And then they're
Mhm.
buying these cars. Like not to put anybody out there, but I have somebody that I know. I'm not even gonna say where I know them from, but
Mhm.
I'm talking about the cost of their car is more than they make a year.
Wait, 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 wait. Say that one more time.
The
They purchased a
cost
car.
they
They brought
purchased
a new
a
car.
car. They bought a
Yeah.
new car. The amount that the car costs, like in total, is more than what they make yearly.
That makes no sense whatsoever, bro.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like priorities. And that's one big part of why this credit card debt is so high, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
priorities. Like I do understand that some people they have no other way. They can't pay their bills because things are increasing with inflation. So I understand, but I feel like a lot of these things are behavior issues.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of it is just spending habits, man. A lot of it is spending habits. I think one of the things that I wanted to ask you as well is what do you think your most expensive habit is? Like your most expensive spending habit?
I know exactly what that is. It's eating, man. I eat
Really?
out, man. I'm not gonna lie. I eat out twice a day,
Oh
every day.
yeah, that's wild, bro. That's wild, broski.
I eat
That's
out
wild.
twice a day, every day. Like for me, money is for convenience for me. So, yes, I could stay at home and cook and save money, but
Hmm.
for me, I just like to go grab a quick meal, eat, and I'm not eating fast food, so I'm still remaining healthy
Right.
and all that. I'm still watching what I eat, but I would rather go grab something than take the time to go to the grocery store, bring it back, uh, thaw out food, put it. I don't want to do all that when I could just go buy something that's already ready or other people are preparing it and then
Yeah.
eat. But that's me. I'm not
You
saying
know,
that.
but see, that's the thing. A lot of people say you save money by doing things like cooking at home. I feel like more research needs to be done, or like more statistics needs to come out because I feel like a lot of times when people buy food, one, like buy food by going out to eat. One, they're probably talking about people who spend like $40, $50 on dinner. I don't imagine your meals cost that much, right?
No,
It's just you.
right.
Um, and it's possible that the people that they're talking about, as far as spending money on groceries and cooking at home. Um, they could be cooking for more than just themselves,
Right.
right? Which probably is cheaper to go buy groceries. But then I know a lot of people throw food away. Like they'll
Yes.
I don't know how many times I bought those containers of salad and then I use like I'll eat salad like maybe once or twice, three times, and then I gotta throw it out because it gets soggy. Or like food will just go bad in the fridge. Like so that's just wasted money, right? You're not wasting money so much on going out to go buy food. So I mean I think it's like something you have to consider when you're talking about going to go spend money on groceries or going to go buy food. It just has to work for you. Whatever you're deciding to spend money on, whether it's going out to eat or deciding to buy groceries, you just need to figure out what costs more, what kind of spending habit. Um, if it's a better spending habit for you to just buy groceries or for you to go out and eat. So I think that just depends on the person. It's not just so cut and dry, right? Like going
Right.
out to eat, you're going to spend more money. But so yeah, you think yours is going out twice a expensive spending habit for you?
Definitely, hands down. Like I don't even have to think about that. It's more than
Yeah,
I spend on all my bills, to be honest, put together.
yeah.
What about you?
I know what mine was, right? And it's one that you don't even notice, man. Like is social drinking. Like just going out to dinner, going out to lunch, going out to watch the game at the bar, and then before you know it, you like one beer, two beers, and it's like, dang, you don't even realize how much you spend, right? And what I did was I stopped doing that, and then I just noticed how other people were doing that spending. Like I would see them purchase a beer, then get some food, then purchase another beer. And I'm not saying when you go out you shouldn't enjoy yourself. I'm just saying that it can get expensive, right? It can get expensive when you're out socially drinking because drinks, especially living in LA, bro, a drink is like $16. Like one drink. a,
Oh,
single, a single drink
that's
between
crazy.
like $12 and $16, bro, depending on what bar you go to. I've been to a bar one time where I bought a drink for me and one other person, and the bill was $42. I was like, "Is this a mistake?" But I'm telling you, bro, the amount of money you spend on like cocktails or like margaritas or whatever you decide to go, it gets so expensive, bro. It just yeah, it's astronomical when you
Man,
think about. Go ahead.
nah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh
Finish.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just that was one of my biggest spending, like my biggest spending habits was definitely me doing the social drinking thing. So now I just be like, yeah, let me get a water. I'll drink a water. I'll be fine, bro, because it's okay. You know what I mean?
Nah,
Like my
it's
fun ain't gonna stop. Or you know how we used to do back in the day, man. Pregame. You ain't got yeah. So that's you got to find ways to make it work. But I know for me, it was like, all right, let's see what happens when I don't. Yeah, man, it doesn't. You're not hitting your pockets as much because I think when you get there and you're in the mindset of like wanting to have fun, you're not even really thinking about it. Honestly, you're
yeah,
not thinking about them little $16, $20 hits. You're probably not even looking at the receipt. You just give them your card, you get it back, sign your name, boom, done. You throw it away or you leave the receipt there. You don't even calculate how much money you end up spending by doing that. So
yeah.
I know that for me and for a lot of people, bro, like those bars be filled. People are always buying drinks constantly. So I think that was my biggest social spending habit, or my biggest spending habit, like the most money I was doing, most money I was spending. And I feel like that's like that for quite a few people, honestly. Social drinking.
I think so too, because really it's embedded in like what we do. Like just Americans, man. Like when we want to celebrate, when we have a birthday, it's like, okay, we have to go out and we have to get drinks. Like
Right.
that's everybody's picture of how to have fun.
And then every
Right.
day is a celebration. Margarita Mondays, Taco Tuesdays, Wasted Wednesdays, Thirsty Thursdays. Like
Her
every
birthday, his
day,
birthday,
every
anniversary, baby shower. Like it's crazy, man. Like,
day.
man, I was just thinking about that, man. Like, if you get caught up into all these traditions and customs, man, it's
Mhm.
designed to leave you broke.
Oh yes,
It,
you will spin and spin and spin and spin. Because I mean, especially now that we got Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up,
yeah,
bro. People about to be spending bread. You got Black Friday coming up. You got like Christmas, and then yeah,
Cyber Monday,
Cyber Monday.
Terrific Tuesday, Wacky Wednesday. Like,
Right, right. Amazon's probably about to have its fourth Amazon Day for the month. You know what I mean? Like it's always a sale happening. It's like spend more money, spend more money, spend more money. So yeah, man, you get it's all like flashing lights, bro. They want you to spend that bread. So yeah,
and
that's what I think. At least my biggest one, and I feel like yeah, people just need to be more aware of what they're spending their money on. Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, man, and even in like traditional dating now, man, like just how it's expected for, and this is for my males, man, like how it's expected for you to just not think about your financial well-being and just pay for everything. You see what I'm saying? The
Look, hold
thing
on, y'all.
is,
This is Cornell talking. Ladies, don't come for me,
this
all right?
hey,
This is
it is what it
Cornell.
is. It is what
Don't
it
come
is.
for me, okay?
Hey, I know
Don't
with me, because I know people who are not financially there, but still they still engage in this. You see what I'm saying? And
yeah,
the thing is, like the average income is like 50,000.
yeah,
It might be a little lower. So my thing is everybody can't act like they have it because everybody
yeah.
doesn't have it.
Right, right. That's
You
facts.
see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
if you have to put your financial well-being first, it just is what it is. And if you have somebody that you need that complements you, they'll understand and they'll work with you in that. So that's my
right.
thing when it comes to
No,
that.
I think you are right about that. I feel like um that goes back to what we said before. People are really good at being broke, bro. They are really good at portraying that and making it seem or feel like, okay, cool, everything's fine, but really they have 9,000, 10,000, $11,000 in credit card debt, but they're still moving like nothing's wrong. Or they're moving like they don't have this enormous amount of debt that they need to tackle. It's almost like they're just ignoring it and continuing to, they're not making any changes, right? They're still doing the exact same thing that they're doing, spending money on the exact same things that they're spending money on, going out. And that's why I think it just continues to build because people don't make the change when they see that the change needs to happen. They're just, I don't know. I don't know if they just feel like it's gonna go away on its own or if it's too scary to think about or look at. But I think you said it right, man. They nothing changes. They continue to act like nothing's wrong. So they'll continue to engage in activities where they're spending more money than they're making, not paying down debt. Interest rates are increasing. That the interest like hits them every month. So then their minimum payment that they pay doesn't really do much to the credit card, and then they use that credit card again. So now the interest rate is going to hit them higher. It just it's like an ugly cycle, bro. It's an ugly cycle that won't change unless like people decide to make it change. They have to be intentional. So
You have to change that behavior, man. You got to be
change
intentional,
behavior.
as you said. Like you can't expect to be able to do the same thing and get different results.
Right.
You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
Well, they
if
call
what
that's
you're
what they call
doing,
that in insanity, bro.
yeah, if
Yeah.
what you're doing has landed you in debt, you have
Stop
to
doing
change to
it.
get out of debt. Like you can't keep doing the same thing. You see what I'm saying? So if you going on trips every month, or if you're eating out twice a day and it landed
Yeah.
you in debt, you got to change something. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? You got to change something.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know that there are a lot of other factors, right, that go into like people having an enormous amount of credit card debt. But I feel like one of the things that are in people's control are what we've been talking about, like changing the way you're spending, right? Because we don't know how COVID has affected people when it did happen, like with job losses or whatever the case may be. We personally can't speak to all those situations, but what we can speak on and what we know is that what we see amongst the people that we know and our friends, and even just amongst each other, we know that spending habits have have to change. We can see people who are in debt who haven't changed their spending habits and have means to do it. This isn't even about I don't have enough money to make it happen. This is I I have continued living this life, knowing that I have to pay down this debt, not making any change whatsoever, and it's like
Man, and
this is how I landed in debt.
you know the biggest thing for me?
Mhm.
It's the accountability, man, that people don't have. So like you'll see somebody that's struggling financially, right? And then you'll just be like, I don't know. They'll say, "Hey, I don't have enough money to do this. I don't have enough money to do this." But guess what? They'll have the new J's. They'll be driving the crazy looking car. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's also that. So some people will look at this video and say, "Hey, it's not my fault that I'm in debt." But then they'll look to the side. They got all the newest fashion. You see what I'm saying? So
bruh.
accountability is a big part of it. You got to look at yourself and say, "Okay, do I really not have the money?
Right.
Or am I just not budgeting and using money that I have?"
Ding, 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 bro. Solution, solution, budget, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's literally it. Exactly it. Like people will complain. They'll say they don't have enough money to invest. They'll say they don't have enough money to pay down the debt, and then they're taking a trip, or they're at the bar, or they got the Sunday ticket, or they got cable, or they, you know what I mean? Like it could be, or they're at dinner, at a birthday dinner where they gotta split the bill and everybody has to pay $100. Like, bruh, it's it's wild when you really sit back and think about it. But that's it, man. People need to change. What first of all, they need to this whole victim role of like I don't have enough or I can't do it or it's not my fault. Accountability, like you said, is if people took more accountability, right, and made that change and decided to make that change themselves, we wouldn't be in this situation because you got to be first. You have to accept the fact that it is your fault. You're the reason that you're in debt. And once you do that, you actually have to create a plan, which will be the budget, create and figure out exactly what you need to do to solve this problem that you're in. Because, yeah, but the first step, like you mentioned, bro, accountability, bro. That has to be it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So then we mentioned budgeting. We talked about the solution. What does that look like?
What does the solution look like?
Yeah. How does one create a budget?
All right. So in order to create a budget, of course, you need to know what you have coming in. You see what I'm saying? So from all jobs. So this means you're not just doing different jobs, getting the money, and then just doing whatever with it. You're actually writing this down. You're writing down all your expenses, so you need to know what's coming out of that. So all your bills first. You see what I'm saying? So once you're taking care of all your essentials, then you can see what you have left for saving, what you have for investing if you engage in that. I personally feel like everybody should be an investor. What you have for paying down debt. You see what I'm saying? And what you have for entertainment.
Yeah. The entertainment piece is what's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings, bro.
Hmm.
They're gonna see how much money they're spending on entertainment, and entertainment can be a number of things.
Because
Um,
some people view that as a necessity. You
yeah,
and even when they're in a financial crisis.
yeah, exactly. They're like, "Well, I gotta have my fun." I'm like,
Yeah.
do you really? Like,
Rent,
what's
rent,
more, what's more
rents
stressful?
do.
Like,
Rents do, but I gotta have this fun, man. Like I'm not gonna live my life like
yeah,
boring, man. Hey, I'll find out where to live later. I gotta have this nice car. I gotta live with my mom, but that's what I'm
yeah,
saying. Like,
like I gotta go out to drink, get these drinks. I gotta hang out, bro. Watch the game on your phone. Sit your butt down. Like you ain't gotta go out. You could go to YouTube and look at the like you can't you being at the bar ain't gonna change how the game outcome. You like
nah,
just it's not, bro. It's not. It's not. So yeah, man. I think budgeting is I think budgeting is the first step, right? Because with that you can figure out if it's actually a I don't make enough money to pay for the lifestyle I want, which I don't even know if I mean it could be that, but I
it
feel like
could
that's
be definitely.
it
I
could
feel
be
like
that. It could be that you're just not making enough money, right?
yeah,
Like you're not bringing enough in. And then you can also figure out what exactly you're spending your money on. Because People don't realize it. And I think it needs to be even a step above that. While you're creating your budget, you have to look at your spending habits. You got to open up those credit card statements. It's going to be hurtful. But when you go through those credit card statements and see how much $40 here, $60 here, $100 here, Amazon payment, dude, like blah, 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 whatever the case may be, that is that is what you really need to do and accept the fact that all right, cool. I spend a lot of money doing this. But the only way you can see that is by cracking open that code and just like looking at the amount of money that you're spending. That has to be like you got to look at it in detail, like line by line, and from there you can see exactly how much you're spending. Um, yeah, but I feel like that what you said, budgeting, um, figuring out where your money is going is like the first step, and then you can create a plan by taking or removing things that you're spending too much money on. Um, Maybe picking up an extra job to have some more income, whatever the case may be, right?
People don't want to do that, man.
Oh
You
yeah,
saying a forbidden language right now. People don't want to do that. They don't want to work harder, bro.
work more. What?
They don't want to work harder, man. They want to, man. Hey, I'm not even gonna get into that, but yeah, um, yeah. You just
Yeah,
gotta change your behavior for
yeah,
sure.
definitely, bro, definitely. Um, and then also financial education, I think, is important too, because you mentioned people will have enormous credit card debt with a huge interest rate, but won't pull out a loan, which is
Mhm.
going to significantly decrease the amount of money that they're spending every month. And that is financial education.
Yep.
Knowing that you even have the ability to consolidate all of your credit card debts, right?
Remember, remember, this is something that you did, right?
Yes, I did this
Yeah.
exact
You
thing.
you see what I'm saying? People will
Yes,
sit here and let their credit card debt multiply,
yes,
and then by time they realize they could have did something, now it's too late because your credit score isn't 100. You
right.
see what I'm saying? So now you can't.
And you
Yeah.
know what the wild thing is? People will be like, "Oh, I don't want my credit score. I don't want my credit checked." Or that's the reason why they don't want to get a loan is because I don't want them to do a hard inquiry. I'm like, that is that's the least of your problems right now.
Right.
You better have that credit union or that bank lend you some money at a 6%, 7%. Because right now you're paying 22% on the same amount of money.
Same amount.
Like it doesn't make sense.
Does not.
And they wonder, like, I don't know. That's all about financial education though, bro. Like, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think that a combination of budgeting, financial education, and then like just like you said, facing the music, actually realizing that this is something that needs to happen. I need to change this habit. Like that, talking to somebody about it, right? That's why we're here. So that people can like get it all out in the air, man. Because I feel like some people might be embarrassed about the topic. They don't want to bring it up. They don't want to mention the fact that, yeah, I got all this credit card debt. Like I said, people like to just live their life and they do it well in a crisis. Like people will have tens of thousands of dollars in credit card debt and move like nothing's wrong.
Right.
That
Yeah. I
that
actually know
is
like that, man.
yes, me
And
too.
still taking trips.
Me, me
Still
too,
taking
bro.
trips.
Me
I'm
too,
talking
bro.
about tens of thousands in credit card debt, still taking trips, man.
Yeah. And now with student loans coming back, that's a whole nother new payment people gotta worry about. It's That's a whole nother topic though. But all I'm saying it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I mean, hey, if you want to be financially secure, if you don't want to have that stress, because I know it's stressful.
it's
Like
stressful.
regardless of how well you live with it, it's stressful, man. Because like you
Yeah,
can't, it's not sustainable. Because at some point, you're not going to be able to do anything.
yeah, yeah. It's an inevitable that it's like a ticking time bomb,
It's a
right?
time
People
bomb.
just keep it's just a really delayed time bomb that
Yeah.
when it explodes, it'll be like you'll be everywhere. And even while the timer is going, like you said, it is stressful. It is not mentally, it's just stressful. You don't
Yeah.
want to have that. You don't want to carry that. So yeah, man. Our our solution is to one, just like decide that you don't want to be in debt anymore. That's number one, bro. Like you have to say, I want to make a change. I want to figure out how to pay down this debt and then create those steps, budget, um, brush up on some financial literacy, financial education, have those conversations, bring it out into the open. Stop ignoring it. Stop pretending like it's not there, that it'll go away on its own, because it won't. Yeah. So,
All right.
yeah,
So
man.
I feel like we hit these topics, man.
Yeah.
Pretty good. So is there any last words you would like to say?
No, I think I'm good, man. I think I'm good on my end. I just want people to, I don't know. I just want people to like take it serious. That's all.
Hey, hey, me too. That's the reason why we created this platform. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Mhm.
hopefully it will continue to grow.
Right.
Uh Steady grind. But as always, I like to say thank you everybody for supporting. And you can also catch us at Investors Playbook LLC on both YouTube and Instagram. And yeah, thank
All
y'all.
right.
We appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all. All right, we out. Another
All right,
episode in the books.
episode 9.
Yes,
Peace.
sir. All right, y'all.